We are getting closer and closer to Christmas 2024. Right now, the outlook for a white Christmas, at least a little ways off, doesn't look great. So today we're going to talk about how common actually is a white Christmas here in central Iowa. Are they becoming less common? What actually does a white Christmas all entail? Because that actually, you might not know. There is a definition for what a white Christmas is. The definition is you got to have an inch of snow on the ground on Christmas Day. That's the actual formal terminology, if you want to call it that, meteorologically, of what a white Christmas is. Historically, here around the Des Moines area, we only have that about 40% of the time. Obviously, it varies a little bit here across the state of Iowa. As you would imagine, as the farther north you go, the lighter that color is, the more likely you are to have, usually on an average Christmas, actually an inch of snow at least on the ground. Especially as you get up towards the Minnesota border, up towards like Highway 18, you can get upwards of 70% of the time. You get down here towards the middle of the state, it's more like 40 to 50% of the time, and then as low as about 30% of the time as you head down towards far southern Iowa. That's kind of on average. Now, has that changed over history? Well, we went back about 6 decades and change and looked at how often we had a white Christmas, how often we had that, at least an inch of snow on the ground. It's been as many as 7 out of 10 years back in the 1960s, and then from the 70s through the 2000s, kind of wobbled back and forth, 3, 4, or 5 times a decade, 5 times back in the 2010s. As we've gone through the 2020s, it's been sort of a similar thing. We've got 4 years in already, and it's been 2 of the 4 years so far this decade. And so no big trend there, at least here right around the Des Moines area where we keep our records. Now, there has been a little bit of a jump in our average highs. Notice as you go back the last several decades, it's been, usually on average, the high temperature on December 25th, a few degrees either side of the freezing mark, or maybe a little bit below that actually. And then the last decade, we really jumped up here our average high during the 2010s. Actually, for example, the warmest Christmas on record is 2019. Here in the Des Moines area, the temperature topped out at 60 degrees. Last Christmas was pretty warm too. In 2023, we had highs above the 50-degree mark, and obviously it wasn't a white Christmas last year. Now, obviously, we're a little far off right now. Things don't look promising, though. Keep with us. We'll keep an eye on that forecast as we get closer in the coming days.